What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Luna's secrets about Deacon and Sheila's divorce break up their marriage? The Bold and the Beautiful hint that Deacon Sharp and Sheila Sharp's divorce could be on the way. Will the marriage between Sheila and Deacon be torn apart by some repugnant Luna Nozawa secrets? When Sheila finally fell in love with Deacon, she accomplished something that other people thought was impossible. Deacon clearly loves Sheila and treats her well, despite her bad behavior in the past. Unfortunately, Sheila may be throwing Deacon's love away by hiding things from her husband. Deacon has made his stance crystal clear when it comes to Luna, so there's a lot at stake here. First and foremost, Sheila is keeping Luna's survival a secret. You can bet Deacon will be outraged when he eventually finds out Sheila's been covering that up with Lee Finnegan. Sheila, of course, also knows that Luna plastered Will Spencer and made him believe Electra Forrester was in his bed. Prior to that, Deacon stepped in to care for Will after realizing how drowsy he was. Will is Hope Logan's cousin, as Deacon pointed out at the time. Deacon considers Will family as a result and did his part to make sure Will stayed safe that night. Sadly, Deacon couldn't have predicted that Luna would make a wild comeback. Sheila set the stage for Will's horror and further mishaps by keeping quiet about Luna's resurrection from the dead. Once Deacon gets updates on all this down the road, he may blame Sheila and argue that she should have come to him the second she found out Luna was alive. Even better, maybe Deacon thinks that Sheila should have called the police right away. Instead, Sheila stayed silent, so Deacon won't be surprised that Luna ran amok. Deacon may be forced to consider whether he can overcome Sheila's granddaughter's deception by this Luna nightmare, which may be the tipping point for him. Fans of B&B will recall that Sheila has previously lied to Deacon about Luna. Sheila attempted to maintain a relationship with Luna behind Deacon's back before the beach house got out of hand. Between the new Will-related revelations and Luna's horrific history, including what she did to Tom Starr and Paul Hollis-Hollister, Deacon may decide he's had enough. Is Deacon and Sheila's divorce news brewing? Will Sheila lose her hubby over her decision to keep so many secrets regarding Luna? The Bold and the Beautiful say Sheila may find herself with major regrets in the end, so stay tuned. Luna is Lee's problem, Sheila Carter leaves. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say all hell is about to break loose on the CBS soap now that Luna Nozawa is back on her feet. Is anyone safe from the killer-turned-rapist's clutches? Dr. Lee Finnegan is definitely having second thoughts about bringing her granddaughter home and nursing her back to life. Sheila Carter, Lee's new partner in crime, is beginning to question their free-range hostage. Here's what's happening next on Bold and Beautiful. Spoilers coming up below. For the past few years, Sheila Carter has been on her best behavior on Bold and Beautiful. She even helped save Steffi Forrester from her granddaughter Luna, and lost another toe in the process. The shocking truth about Luna: Sheila was okay with her granddaughter Luna Nozawa's passing, despite her sadness. The B&B villainess only desired some closure and the opportunity to visit Luna's grave. She was instead dragged into a rape case, semi-hostage situation, a murderer on the loose once more, and a death hoax. When will Sheila have enough to live with? Sheila has a house and a small family of her own since she married Deacon Sharp and started working at Il Giardino. Those who have followed B&B for a long time are aware that is all she has ever wanted on the CBS soap. Sheila will have to choose. Now Sheila and Dr. Steffi Forrester and John Finnegan are speaking again, and she may meet her grandson Hayes at some point. But if it comes out that Sheila was involved in Luna's fictitious death and that she let Luna roam the streets and cause more harm, everyone she loves will turn against her. Is it time for Sheila to end her relationships? Deacon Sharp, the man who once believed that loving Sheila was his second chance at redemption, will feel the blow the most as Luna's secrets are about to tear Sheila Carter's fragile happiness apart. When Deacon married Sheila, the world mocked him, whispered behind his back, and openly judged his choices, but he defended his wife at every turn, insisting that people could change, that she had finally found peace and a place where she belonged. It appeared for a time that Sheila had accomplished her desperate goal of proving him wrong. They built a life together at Il Giardino, where scheming was replaced by laughter and unending vengeance was replaced by affection. But in soap opera fashion, peace is never permanent, and in Sheila's case, her granddaughter Luna Nozawa has become the storm that threatens to wash everything away. The cruel irony is that Sheila didn't even commit this latest crime. She didn't force Will Spencer into that horrible situation, she didn't fool him into thinking Electra Forrester was in his bed, or she didn't use alcohol to make him think things through. No, that was all Luna, gleeful and unrepentant, who spun a web of deception so sick that even Sheila, with her long history of manipulations, recoiled in horror. Nonetheless, Sheila made the fatal decision to remain silent. Sheila chose to conceal Luna's crimes and miraculous survival out of misplaced love for her granddaughter and fear of losing another family member. She also connected her own fate to a ticking time bomb by doing so. Because once Deacon learns the full truth, once he realizes that the woman he trusted to be honest with him has instead shielded a predator, his heart may harden, and the marriage that shocked Los Angeles by lasting this long may finally implode. Deacon's heart is better known to Sheila than to anyone else. She knows that for all his swagger and shady past, Deacon is a man who values family fiercely, especially now that he's repaired his bond with Hope Logan and found a fragile place in her life again. Therefore, the betrayal will be deeply felt when Deacon learns that Sheila concealed the truth about Luna torturing Will, a boy who is not only Hope's cousin but also someone Deacon himself intervened to protect on the night of the incident. When Deacon realized how out of control Will was, he went out of his way to protect him, displaying the protective, maternal side that makes him such a complex figure. And yet, while Deacon was doing the right thing, Sheila was already weaving her silence into the crime, choosing to look away rather than alert the authorities. That's where their worlds will collide, because for Deacon, protecting family comes first, but for Sheila, protecting her own blood even when guilty is instinctual. This clash of loyalties, this line in the sand drawn by Luna's depravity, is the kind of storyline that soaps live for, not just a marriage in crisis, but a reckoning of morals and priorities. Deacon, who has accepted Sheila's past because he thought she was a different woman now, may conclude that nothing has changed. Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful have previously been teased about Deacon leaving Sheila. However, this time around, the stakes are higher than ever. It isn't just about her criminal past, her manipulations of the Forresters, or her history of violence. It's about Sheila knowing something this vile and hiding it. Luna's secrets have already wreaked havoc, but Sheila's decision to keep them has given those secrets power to destroy her marriage. Deacon's fury will be unstoppable if he learns that Sheila participated in the cover-up of Luna's survival and that Lee Finnegan assisted in the cover-up. He will argue that Sheila should have disclosed the information immediately, not only to him but also to the police, as silence is complicity in a crime. Deacon may realize that staying with Sheila means accepting her lies for the rest of his life when he learns that Luna was able to continue harming other people, play with Will, scare Steffi Forrester, and even harm Tom Starr and Paul Hollister in the past thanks to Luna's silence. That could be the breaking point, the moment where Deacon looks at his wife not as the woman who made him believe in love again, but as the woman who sabotaged his trust for the sake of a granddaughter whose darkness mirrors Sheila's own. Sheila doesn't want to lose him, which is the cruel twist. Sheila truly desires connection over chaos and love over power for the first time in her twisted life. Deacon was the man who gave her that, who saw her as more than a villainess, who kissed her scars instead of recoiling from them. Sheila, on the other hand, puts her marriage in jeopardy by tying herself to Luna's wrongdoings. The audience knows that in soaps, secrets never stay buried, whether it's through an overheard conversation at Il Giardino, a text message seen by the wrong person, or Will himself putting the pieces together. The truth will come out. Deacon will not only be enraged when it does, but he will also feel humiliated, conned, and betrayed. He'll ask himself how he could ever have believed Sheila when she promised honesty, how he could have convinced Hope to give Sheila even the smallest chance when this is who she still is at her core. Not only will the situation affect Deacon and Sheila's marriage, but it will also affect Hope's faith in her father, Ridge's ability to use this as a weapon against both of them, and Lee's medical career, which will be in jeopardy if it is revealed that she collaborated with a deceitful partner. For Deacon, Luna represents a nightmare he can't forgive. She is young, careless, manipulative, and cruel, and she serves as a living reminder of all the ways her family inherits Sheila's chaos. Deacon will be forced to leave if Sheila insists on standing beside Luna rather than him. This is where the possibility of a divorce comes into play, not because Deacon stopped loving Sheila, but because Sheila demonstrated that she could never be trusted completely. And without trust, even love this unlikely, this defiant, cannot survive. Sheila has survived shootings, imprisonment, expulsions, and betrayals in The Bold and the Beautiful, but this may be the one thing she cannot, losing the man who stood by her when no one else would. Because Sheila has always been able to manipulate her way out of trouble, divorce papers may be the cruelest ending of all. However, once Deacon has been shattered by the truth, how can she manipulate her way back into his heart? In the meantime, Sheila will become increasingly resentful and guilty.